Hey guys, welcome back. It's been a while since I have my last video. It's actually been, I forgot, but this video is going to be about highlighting and contouring, which was requested a really long time ago, which I'm very sorry that this is really late, but I just haven't had the time, and now I'm going to be starting uploading more frequently. So yeah, expect more videos this week. I think I'll do 3 videos like every week or something. Okay, so here I have my bare screenshot. It's unedited. So right now what we're gonna be focusing on is the basic brightening techniques and the the contouring and then the highlighting. Contouring is basically, it's not really contouring because contouring is the face usually, or I don't know, the collarbone, the face, the neck, but I like to call it shading rather than just contouring. And then we're gonna do highlighting. So let's start with brightening, like the basic techniques for brightening. So I'm just gonna open up Photoshop real quick. So obviously, delete the background. Oh no, not yet. Oh my god. Go away. So fucking stupid. Okay. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I sound so stubby. I have allergies. It's like 7 a.m. in the morning. Okay, we have Photoshop. So, Control C, copy, new, okay, Control V, and then, there are a bunch of actions that you can use, or you can basically just do like simple auto contrast, auto levels, things like that, but I'm just gonna use Cupid Juice Sweet Pea action, which I'll link below if I can find it. Oh wow, that just makes it super berry. Okay, never mind. Okay, we'll just do it from scratch then. Auto contrast. Oh wait, no. Okay, so we go to adjustments, brightness, contrast. Take the contrast up a little bit. Okay, adjustments, hue, saturation. Depends on if you want your sim to be like super orange or not. Okay, adjustments, and I do the curves. Some people like to do their curves super bright. Like, I know that that's a very popular thing for legacy posts, but okay, just do your basic brightening techniques, and we're going to copy it and then paste it over, and I'm going to keep the layer here and name it OG. And then right now we need to remove the background, so we'll just do that, and Control X a few times, Control X a few times, and select none. And you can see there are these things here. I'll show you. There are these white parts the lighting has in casts, and you can see it's here too. And sometimes it's like all over the sim's body, and personally that bothers me so much because it just makes it look unnatural, and you can't create your own lighting source without it. So right now we're just going to zoom in there, and we are going to select the background again, and then select invert, make a new layer, go back to the first layer, color drop like the nearest color here, or I'm going to do this one here, and then I'm going to take a soft brush, go to airbrush, like little like that size is good, opacity is a little bit down, and we're just going to go color over it to make it look more natural. And the select by selecting the background and inverting it, you're inverting through, and you're inverting the sim, so whatever you color, it's going to be on the sim's body. So I just need to go back. Maybe take a darker color and just go over it. Oh, that looks weird. Sometimes you can just go merge it down, and then mode is multiply, and just raise that. And then you can just keep color correcting it. Like, it's not that big of a deal. Just play with it until it works out for you. Okay, and then I'm just gonna highlight it a bit with her like bright skin tone. Okay, that looks good. You can see that it no longer has that weird white effect on it. Okay, so now we are just going to blur the skin, make it smooth and all shiny and stuff. Not shiny. Okay, go to this pre-select tool and go to feather edges, make the radius like what, 30 I guess, and then just select the parts that are very pixelated. You don't have to select the entire thing, because with the feather edges on, it generates a more blurry effect, I guess. The edges are smoother. So you go to mode in the free select tool options and click add to current selection. So any of the selections that we make are going to be added to this one here, so we don't have to like keep redoing it over and over again. So right now the bad areas are her forehead, cheeks, her cupid's bow, and her neck, her shoulder area, and there we go. So we have our areas highlighted that is very pixelated and weird. So we're just going to go to filters, blur, Gaussian blur, whatever you guys call it. Oh shoot, there, I didn't click that area. So there we have a preview of what the Gaussian blur does to our selected areas. So we just want to play around with the effects and see whatever works out for you. And I noticed that the chin area is not good, so we have to fix that. But right now I just used the set for 11, and you can go in there with more details through with the blur tool, with the blur brush, if you wanted. I'm just gonna go back in. And then filters, repeat Gaussian blur, and there we go. We have a very smooth canvas, and I've noticed that the nose area is still a bit rocky, so I'm just gonna go through that. Okay, it looks decent. It's not what I would have done, but a mouse is very tricky, and I haven't edited on a mouse in forever. Okay, so we have our basic shading done. This is obviously not going to be the exact same for you because you're going to have different items on your sim unless you use the exact same ball sim that I'm using or something. So we're going to be focusing on the highlighting, I mean the contouring, now the shading. Sorry. Okay, so take the darkest color that you see on your sim, which what I would do is usually I take the color under her neck, which is a pretty dark color actually. So we're gonna make a new layer, go back down, select the background again, and then this time we are going to take the free select tool but put the mode back to replace the current selection and take out feather edges. So right now we're going to go in really deep in the selection, and we're going to go to here, just select the chin, just make sure that you don't miss out on any details because it's very easy to clip a part of her chin rather than her actual and I'm just gonna go here and just select like that. That's pretty good, that's decent. And then go back to the first layer and then take your airbrush tool, take the one of the soft brushes here and go set it to multiply and start shading underneath. And the trick to creating realistic shadows is to follow the chin. So let's say the light is coming from the right, it's hitting the right side of the sim. The chin shadow should eventually reach this way, but then if you're just looking to create a normal one, just make it like normal, don't worry about it. And then select this. I mean, if you still need to fix it a bit, you can always use Gaussian blur to fix it up a bit and make it more realistic. So we have our basic shadow here. It's not that complicated, and then you can go back to selecting the sim again, redo that, select invert, go to the top layer again, and then do the same thing for the sides of the sim. Make sure you take advantage of the eraser tool, and always make sure this is a soft brush. It's never good if it isn't. And if you're very talented with the smudge tool, you can always use that as well to make it more natural onto the actual skin. And obviously this is not her actual skin tone, so we're just going to fix it up later. All that matters is that we have a general shadow placed on her neck area and her collarbone area. Oh, I don't like that. That's a problem with smudge tool. I haven't used it in a while. It just takes a bit of practice to get the hang of. There are many ways to take advantage of this method, but the majority I know simmers these days, they use the dodge burn tool, which is like an easy method to I guess not burn, but contour and highlight. But it's I don't know, I've never been a fan of that method because you're not taking advantage of the lessons that you could have learned with color and shading and actual art, rather than just using a tool that could easily do your job. But you know, people just want to edit, and that's fine. Like, you don't have to do like the same methods that I do. There are other tutorials that could teach you how to contour and highlight better than I can. I'm sure, like, there are plenty. So I'm just gonna take this and properly shade it some more. Oh shoot. Why isn't that? That is weird. That is super weird. I'm trying to fix that, but it's not working. Okay, whatever. That was weird. So just keep going over this. And I changed the mode to, you can change it to burn, multiply, things like that. It's totally different for everybody. It depends on what your methods are. I just remember that I use overlay a lot in the past. So right now we're just going to go over the Sims head. Oh, I know why it's on multiply. Just go over it and now we have our basic shading for the around the head. So now we're just gonna go into her face and start there. So now I'm gonna make a new layer and downsize my brush and set the layer to overlay and just start highlighting the creases of her face. So generally the nose is highlighted, the corner of the eye, the eyelid, the corner of the mouth, and the cheekbone area. So you can see that's very orange-like, and I'm not a fan, so we're just going to change the levels of it a bit. That's better. It has a more reddish bluish undertone to it. So before, after. just gonna raise it down a bit. And I'm just gonna merge it down. Oh shoot, yeah. Merge it down. Oh crap, I know what I did wrong. Sorry guys, this has been a very long time. So now we have that. We are going to do our highlighting. Transparency, set that mode to addition, and change your colors to white. Take your airbrush tool and make sure the layer is on top. And here's what you do. It's very simple. The areas to highlight are the forehead, nose bridge, cheeks, eyelids if they have a double lid or triple lid or mono lid, doesn't matter. You could always highlight the top or like the top lid. The chin, the corners of the mouth is what I do specifically, and then the collarbone. So let's just do that. The corners of the eye. The nose tip, the nose bridge, the other corner of the eye. You want to go in like slow, short strokes so you don't mess up and you make one big stroke or you make one big push and you mess up and it has to be redone, but you can always take advantage of the eraser tool again. Here for the collarbone, and then I usually do a triangle here, Illuminati, you never know, and then collarbone. It's very, very simple. So, here, hold on, let's do the eyelids too. Okay, that was really bad, but whatever. So we're gonna overlay and then blur the heck out of it. And what you want to do is, because the highlight probably went out of the sim, so we're just going to go to the first layer, select the background, and then Control X to get rid of anything that was on the outside, so that way any like airbrush, colors that are outside of the sim are deleted rather than just the inside. So we're just going to do the same thing for our shadows. And you can see that the triangle is still blurry, so I'm just going to smudge that out a bit. Oops, wrong one. Smudge it out of it as usual. And there we go. We have our sim that is properly shaded, and you can obviously go back and blur the heck out of any of the other things that you see that don't look good. So now we're going to have a before and after. Let's do that real quick. Control X. Oh crap. Oh wow, I didn't even have an alpha channel. Okay. So we have our before, and we have, let's move that around. We have our before and we have our after. She looks very more saturated. Yeah, very more saturated. she's more saturated. What the heck? She's more saturated. She has more color in her skin rather than just her pale, super pale skin tone, which I personally don't like. It's very dull. And then here she's more vibrant. She's orange, which I can definitely fix, which we'll do right now because I don't like the orange that much. So we can go to levels, and then we can just change her skin tone. And I like that better. Yeah, this looks better. Remember that just because your shading looks really weird, you can always fix it later by combining all of your layers and stuff, and then going back to the color tools, and then changing your saturation, your brightness, your threshold, your levels, curves. You can even try desaturation to make it more pale. So I'll show you how like desaturation works. So, and then you can go like that, and they look more paler instantly. So, I hope you guys learned something new for this tutorial, and have a nice day. I'll see you in the next one.